All right. Bungie is redefining build crafting with some new elements being added next season in Season 22. Basically, the way strand tangles work, they're going to work for all the other affinities and elements, and we'll see what sort of benefits they have. They'll give you jolt and stuff like that. On top of that, there's some known bugs that they cover in this. There's honestly just a bunch to go over. In fact, we have all of the artifact mods coming out next season. So let's jump right into this article and get into the meat of it. Season 22 artifact perks preview. We're getting ramped up for the Destiny 2 showcase and have tons that we can't wait to share. Okay, and then we got artifact perks preview here. Let's jump into this. In Season 22, the Armor team wants to push the boundaries of how a seasonal artifact can enable you to customize your playstyle every season, unlocking more moment-to-moment gameplay decisions and new build possibilities. Inspired by the success of Strand Tangles, the team worked hard to develop a new sandbox feature we've dubbed Elemental Orbs, a set of artifact perks that will allow players to create these orbs when they defeat enemies with arc, solar, or void weapons. Rip, where's the stasis one though? Elemental orbs can then be picked up by any player and then thrown to an elementally aligned explosion that also jolts, scorches, or applies volatile depending upon the element of the orb. So it matches each one. That's pretty cool. Certain perks deeper in the artifact also have various behaviors that trigger off these orbs and strand tangles, including one that rewards you when allies steal or borrow the ones that you make. That's pretty cool. So volatile from the void ones. Imagine how crazy it would benefit debuffed with the void orb. We think that elemental orbs will add novelty to build crafting for the future, and we can't wait to see what kinds of builds folks come up with while using them. Without further ado, here's the artifact perks for Season 22. We got anti-barrier auto rifle this season. We're going to get arc/strand siphon combo. Then we've got Thanatotic Tangles. Strand weapon final blows have a chance to generate a tangle. Then we have Overload Machine Guns. And then we have Monochromatic Maestros coming back, dealing elemental ability damage, increases matching weapon damage, and elemental weapon damage increases matching ability damage. Bonuses granted is 10% for 5 seconds. So that's in the first column. Now we're going to go down to the second column. We have Piercing Bowstring, so this is going to be good against barrier champions for your bows. We got words are hard. Solar/Strand Siphon. Wow. Woo. Combo. All right, then we have next up Origin perk, Specialization 2, weapons with the Head Rush, Nanotech Tracer Rockets, Unsated Hunger, and Redacted Origin traits are always overcharged when that modifier is active, so they're not letting us know one of the new Origin traits with that there. Interesting. Then we have Elemental Fury. While stunned, champions take bonus damage from your abilities and Elemental Orb damage. Got it. So stun the champ, throw the orb at them. Nice. And your abilities will also be stronger, so throw your grenade, throw your melee, perhaps. Then we've got Rapid Fire Ranger. Rapid precision hits made from long range weaken the target. We've seen a mod like that before in the past, and that's always pretty good when you can do it from a distance. Usually really good with scout rifles, right? Next up, we have Unstoppable Scout Rifle. And then we've got Void and Strand Siphon combo. Then we've got Elemental Orbs. While using a Void subclass, Void weapon final blows have a chance to spawn a Void elemental orb. Void orbs can be thrown to create a Void explosion that makes enemies in it damages volatile. So keep that in mind. And then we have communal pickups. When an ally destroys or picks up your tangle or elemental orb, the tangle cooldown is reduced by 5 seconds and you gain bonus damage with weapons matching your subclass for 10 seconds. That is actually so awesome. If you've been using Strand at all and been doing any sort of tangle builds, people walk up and steal them all the time, and it doesn't benefit them as much as it does benefit you, especially if you spec into your build and everything. So the fact that people can steal your tangles or steal your orbs even, and you benefit from it, is actually super sick. I love that so much. Elemental Embrace, subclass elemental buffs grant you bonus recovery and damage resistance against combatants. Attacks of the matching element type. Interesting. Keep that in mind when we have certain surges, like for example, if a boss is shooting you with arc, that should be good. Then we have Overload Hand Cannon, and then we already know how that works. Then we have Origin perk Specialization 2, greatly improves the benefits provided by the Head Rush, Nanotech Tracer Rockets, Unsated Hunger, and Redacted Origin traits. Got it, another Redacted Origin trait there. Next up, we have Elemental Orbs Arc. I'm sure it's going to work the exact way, but the Arc Explosion will be jolting targets, so keep that in mind. So that sounds pretty sick. And then we have refreshing pickups. Picking up a Tangle or Elemental Orb grants energy to your least powered ability. Wow, so that's going to be a really nice gameplay loop for ability spam builds. Elemental munitions, combatant final blows with tangles or elemental orbs have a chance to drop special or heavy ammo. Okay, that's going to be really, really good. Holy crap. They are really trying to get us to spec into this new thing. Unstoppable fusion rifle, that's going to be awesome. That's going to be so good this season. Unstoppable fusion, love that already. Then we have Diviner's Discount. All scavenger mods are discounted. Nice. And then we have Elemental Orbs Solar. Got it. It's going to work the same as the previous two, the Arc and Void, except this one is going to scorch targets. So that should actually be really nice, especially if you're trying to get some ignitions. This should help push those scorch stacks a little bit higher. Next up, we have Semi-Auto Striker. If you have fewer than 2 stacks of armor charge, rapid precision shots with bows, snipers, and scout rifles generate an armor charge. Nice. That should be good. We have Frenzied Stacks. Your armor charges grant bonus damage to your thrown tangles or elemental orbs. Your armor charge now decays over time. Got it. And what do we have down here? Okay, one final note. The perks Overload Machine Gun and Overload Hand Cannon do not currently overcharge those weapons when that modifier is active. This is an unintended bug, so keep that in mind. Overload Machine Gun and Hand Cannon do not currently overcharge those weapons. Wow, interesting. Anti-barrier bow and unstoppable fusion will overcharge their weapons, but this is not currently reflected in their in-game descriptions. These issues will be corrected in a later patch, so be aware of that. And definitely exciting. We'll have to be trying out a bunch of new builds and throwing these orbs around like crazy. I feel like throwing the orbs is a lot of fun with tangles and stuff. It adds a cool element. It just adds another layer to everything that we're already currently doing with builds in Destiny 2. And with the artifact mods greatly benefiting this, I feel like this is absolutely going to be the playstyle that everyone's going to be utilizing the entirety of this season. Everyone's just going to be throwing these orbs around like crazy. We're going to find the most optimal strategies, the most optimal synergies, whether it's Arc, Solar, or Void, and definitely going to have a lot of fun with that. Also, the one thing I wanted to keep in mind in looking at this was whether or not what class might be the best for the reprised raid. And from what I gather right here, I don't see anything that really stands out so much stronger than another one per se. I mean, there's a few different things. I think that the elemental orbs, if I had to decide, I mean, volatile rounds, jolting, or scorch stacks, depends on how much scorch stacks they give, but I feel like ignitions are easily the sickest of that, especially if it gave a lot of scorch stacks. That would be really nice for clearing rooms of ads and stuff. But let me know your thoughts. Which elemental orb looks the most appealing to you, Solar, Arc, or Void? And what do you think about Bungie's new addition to the game with that and the seasonal artifact mods that are coming out in Season 22? I'll be reading your comments down below. Make sure you subscribe to this channel with notifications on if you want to stay up to date on all the news in Destiny 2. Smash that like button and click on the screen right here to watch another video from this channel. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Later.